Hey, what's up guys? Adam. I got a little job that came in today. Turned into a little rush job. I got a customer that's got a little part here that's broken. And he called me and asked me if I would be able to fix it for him. So I'm going to give it a shot. I thought I'd show you what we got to do and what I found. What it is a shaft coupling. I believe it's for a pump, probably for a electric motor and a pump, possibly. I didn't really go into specifics with him, but I know he said something about a pump. But what we got, I'll go ahead and kind of get you close so I can show you what we're working with here. There's one side, and you can see the two brakes there. Pretty clean brakes. The two pieces fit on there about like so. One of the things I was actually going to share with you that I found when I first came in and measured it. Most of the stuff that I deal with is usually standard inch dimensions, but I do run across some things that are metric sometimes. So when I first grabbed it, my first quick check of it, I figured it's 1 3/8 here. I stacked these on here, just kind of eyeballed the gap. Measured that. I'm thinking it should be a 7/8 shaft, but it isn't so. It's actually metric. I've actually got a real bad thunderstorm rolling through here right now. I'm sure you can hear that thunder. So I went back to it and I checked it again. I'm getting 1 inch 3/78. That's what I like about these calipers. You can just switch over to metric real quick. 35 millimeter. And the reason I had come back and checked it because I was trying to figure out what this shaft size would be. And I'm thinking that's probably 7/8. So I went and grabbed my radius gauges. I grabbed a 7/16 radius gauge, which would be half of your 7/8. Stuck it in there to check it. And it just about fits, but it doesn't quite. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but it's touching on the corners, and it's just a little bit of daylight coming through there. So I knew that's not 7/8. But just a shade under 7/8 is 22 millimeters, which is 0.8661 to be exact. So I feel pretty confident this is going to be a 22 millimeter shaft. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of stock. I got some 1 7/16 cold roll down there, and I'm going to chuck it up in the lathe. I'm going to just turn me a little jig, and I'm going to turn it to where I'll have a section that'll fit on here, that it will fit through here, and also for that 22 millimeter shaft, so I can clamp it on that exact radius. And what I think I'll do also, there's not a lot of area inside there to weld. I mean, it gets real close to that bore. What I think that I want to do, I'm just going to grind a nice heavy V on each one of these here, just about down to nothing. I want just enough there where it'll line back up with that crack, just to keep it the proper height. And I'll do that on both of them. And I'll slide that shaft that I made through there and actually bolt it together onto that shaft, so it should hold it there. And I'll weld it back up, and I think I'm going to go ahead and braze this one, because this is This is cast iron. So I think I'm just going to braze both sides. And I feel pretty confident that'll be a pretty good fix for them. And my only other issue is the tap holes here. I figured they would be metric too, and they are. It's I got to have some 8mm bolts so I can clamp it, and I really have very little metric hardware around here. So I'm gonna have to try to find me some bolts. I might have to run up the street and pick me up some bolts real quick. But that's what I got to do, and I figured that'd be an interesting job to show you on camera. So I'll go ahead and film it so you can see how I fix this. I'm just going to use my 4-jaw because it's already on there. The little jig's going to be about 4.5 inches long. Give it about 5 inches there. In a second, I got to get my indicator. Don't like that rust on there. About 1,000, 1,500. Pretty close for what I'm doing. We got about 10. I'm gonna dial in 9, give it a little polish. $867. Paper there. That looks like it. I got to give it a little file and polish there on that. that's it. I'm going to say that's it. That's a pretty good fit there. About what I wanted. Not nothing real tight, but I could wiggle it on. I'm gonna leave that alone. Just give it a couple chamfers. There it is. All right, there it is with the little shaft that I made to hold everything centered up. And that worked out pretty good. That'll keep everything nice and straight in line. I just got to go get some bolts. I couldn't find any in the shop. Everything was the wrong size, the wrong thread pitch. So I guess I just got to run up to Lowe's. That's the only place that's going to be open. And get some bolts. And then when I get back, looks like it's got a like one of those galvanized coatings on it. I'm going to take it and I'm going to bead blast everything, get it down to bare metal, and then I'll grind these. We'll put it all together and try to weld it up. Looks pretty good. Kind of see about how far in I ground it. I want to leave just enough of that original crack so it'll line up good. Same on the other. I'm gonna get them blasted, get everything cleaned up down to bare metal. All right, I got it all ground, cleaned up, and bolted together. Just giving you a shot of it there. I went ahead and marked it each side. I got a 1 and a 1 and a 2 and a 2 stamped on it so that I would know that I'm lining up on the right side. But I can actually look in there and see that the crack is lined up. And I went ahead and dressed this side here on this end of the coupling a little bit, so I got it nice and snug with the overpriced bolts from Lowe's. And then you can see the V that I'm hoping to weld up, braze it up, I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. All right, I'm gonna get her hotted up. That looks pretty good on that side. I'm gonna go get some channel locks or something and get it flipped around and get the other side while it's good and hot. I'll give you a shot before I turn you off. All right, getting ready to do the other side. think that'll work. There's your shot of this side. Alright, I'm going to let it cool and unbolt it, take the jig out and get it cleaned up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished up. Alright, I got it all done, got it cleaned up. There it is. That was the broken coupling. We got her cleaned up, brazed together, got it aligned good, and it looks like it was welded up pretty good. And in case you're wondering, you know, how true the bore is, there's the pin that I made. That was the alignment pin. You try it on this end first. It fits in there beautifully. It don't fall out. You know, it's got just a little bit of interference there, just enough to hold it together. I can even stick it in this way. So the bores are aligned well, and I think it'll be fine. I think whatever caused this thing to break was probably a failure with the motor or the pump. I don't know, because I didn't ask, they didn't tell me. But hopefully whatever caused this thing to break, the motor shop's fixing. This is a job for them, and they asked me to if I could get this welded up because they needed it in a hurry. Evidently, maybe they don't have enough time to get one of these coming. They want to try to fix this one and get it back together. So I gave it a shot, and I think it's going to do real well for them. So as long as they got the shafts aligned, this should be good to go. So another job done, and I'm happy with it. So as Mr. Keith Fenner would say, get her done. I got her done, Keith. See y'all later.